Hello, today is Thursday, September 24th, and this is our math video for today. And in your student journal, in your math journal, write down this information, 924, identifying money, page 8. Our goal today is that we're going to identify coins by looking at the pictures. First thing we talked about really quickly is we just quickly asked the kids what they remembered, and a lot of our students were really good and they really remembered that it takes 100 pennies to equal $1. And then we discussed some other choices, and they told me that they said one of them said 4 quarters equals $1, which was great. And then we discussed more about 10 dimes would equal $1 and 20 nickels would equal $1. And I was explaining to them how that is actually multiplication, by talking about the groups and how to get to that $1, which is awesome. Before we do that, I'm going to show, we went over this and we decided and we discussed that we had pennies, nickels, dimes. So we had the penny, which was 1 cent, the nickel, which is 5 cents, the dime, which is 10 cents, the quarter, which is 25 cents. We discussed the $half, and we discussed the $1. And what we discussed too, guys, was that one really cool way is to look at how President Lincoln, he was actually in the penny, is faced the opposite direction than all the other ones, and the coin's a different shade. It's a copper instead of the metal of the other coins. And we also discussed that we had, for our nickel, the person that's on the nickel is Thomas Jefferson. For the dime, we have Franklin Delano Roosevelt. For the quarter was George Washington. For the $half, which is 50 cents, we had John F. Kennedy. And then for the dollar bill, we would have Dwight Eisenhower. And then we just went and we discussed the other, we discussed the dollar bills. We have the dollar, the $5 bill, and it takes $5 single dollar bills to equal 5, 2 5s to equal a 10, or 10 1s to equal the $10 bill. And then we discussed the $20 and the $100 bill. And then they always have this one, which is always kind of neat to find or receive, is a $2 bill. We just really wanted everybody to look and really pay close attention to it, so I'm going to go back to really focus on and see what each one means. And remember, this is a penny, a nickel, a dime, a quarter, a $half, which is 50 cents, and the $1. And a lot of times it has it on there. So it's 25 cents, 10 cents, 5 cents, and a penny. The $half is worth 50, and the $1 is worth 100 pennies or $1. And then just remember looking at it very closely and paying attention to what they look like and who the faces are on there. After that, we went over here and I gave them a handful of coins on the screen. And the thing I wanted to do was have them to put them together. And the first thing I asked is, where do we start? And some students came up with the idea that they needed to sort them out. And then I asked them, how did they sort it out? And they said to put it for the numbers that are the coins that are worth the most. I said, that's a good idea. Let's try it. So first one was, we found our quarters, and we said that's 50 cents. And then we put together the dimes, because that's the next largest coin. And then we would go to the nickel. And I told them the way I like to use nickels is I put them in groups of 2, because 2 nickels is equal to 10 cents or a dime. And then we split them up, and then we started from here, and they said it was 25, 50, 50, and then 60, 70, 80. And then, like I said, as I put these together to make that so we can say quickly, that's another 10, which is 90, 95, 96, 97, 98. So that was the lesson we did today. It was really focusing on remembering and identifying our money. And then tomorrow you'll watch a video on money and counting money and putting them together like we just did here. All right. Well, that was our math lesson for today. Have a great day.